Hey guys, this is Blake from ReadySetRoll. I am the Dungeon Master for the up-and-coming games that we've been starting since last week, called D&D Down Under. And tonight, I have with me Jordan.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah. So, who are you? Introduce yourself.
So I play the character Magnus Kozlov in the campaign. I'm a half-orc paladin.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So tonight you actually started a lot different than a lot of other games did. How did you find the opening?
I'm not gonna lie, I was taken back at the start. There was a lot of fighting to begin with, and not knowing where everyone was at the time, where everything takes place, was a little bit of a culture shock. But normally, when we play our games, we sort of meet up before a fight breaks out.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit jarring at first, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm very glad, as I'm the one who wrote that and got that started.
Yeah, good job.
But thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do something that was very basic about that, so that's why I thought that. And it was, as you said before, it was jarring for the fact that you didn't know when you were going to pop in.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty glad about that. Did you see that coming?
Well, I think once the initiative started with the two characters and only one person being added to the combat, I kind of figured that my time was coming. I thought it was going to appear in the second fight and not actually starting a third whole fight again after that, where I would just be in the middle of the combat. So I thought I would maybe intervene through the middle of the pub brawl. So I was taken back. It did surprise me.
Yeah, right. I saw that during the game, near the ending, you actually chose to pursue the bigger knoll.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to come from that?
Fight.
Oh, well,
Honestly, man, I don't know. If we finish a session with us seeing him in the distance, I assume a big fight's coming.
do you think you're going to be ready for it?
With the health points that I'm on, yeah, we'll see.
Well, the good thing is that Rob, actually healed himself quite a lot during the ending of that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, correct.
So you've got your fighter ready at aim.
Yep.
As far as I saw, Gale never actually got hit.
Yep.
And Kithana only got hit once, as far as I know. Maybe twice.
She was
Low?
pretty injured.
Okay.
My lay of hands has been used. All of it. Healing myself and her.
Yeah, right.
That's going to be interesting. I'm down for a good fight. I'm down for a good little, see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Do you see a way that you're gonna lose the fight?
Yeah, I go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just if you go down?
I possibly.
Yeah.
I don't know. In the small little bits of testing we've done to learn our characters, I've sort of, not to brag, been a linchpin for a lot of the attacks, which gives the other characters freedom to move around the map and do what they need to. So if I go down, I feel like a lot of other people lose that utility that they've had on the map, on the field, and I think that's when we'll start to struggle.
Yeah. Well, since you were talking about that, there was a character you actually didn't get to see in the testing phases of when you were understanding what your class does.
Yeah.
It was actually Gale.
Yep.
And he looked like he actually did quite a lot of damage.
He did,
when he properly hit, or wasn't rolling low damage. But even when he was doing his other attacks, he would still roll high enough. And it seems like that's going to be quite a good feature.
It'll be a difference maker for sure. We've sort of lacked that range option, so it's definitely going to help. I think as well he has a bit of a board presence too, especially with the is it Thorn Whip when you bring them closer to you as well.
Yeah.
So we can remove me as a meat shield the entire time, right? Like it forces the opponents to make questionable choices.
Yeah. Well, it does seem like Neilbog could actually take hits as well. He did take a lot of them.
He did well.
Except for his tavern fight. That was mostly them fighting themselves and
always a bit of entertainment, mate. Always a good bit of entertainment.
Yeah, that's what it was. And there's not much I could do.
That's it.
You roll and as the dice lay, you think on the top of your head and you just roll with what you have.
Which you can. That's it. That's it.
The session did end early.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why it ended early was because we have a time frame. We all have a lot of
Correct. Yeah.
stuff.
We all have working schedules.
Yeah. So it could have gone straight into the next fight. But if I'm expecting something long, it might not be.
Well, that's right. And you don't want to remove yourself from combat when it's that immersive. You know what I mean? You don't want to have to stop halfway through a devastating hit on someone and next time on Dragon Ball Z sort of situation. You know what I mean? So no, I agree. I think it's a good idea to finish it where we did.
Yeah.
What happens from there?
That way it doesn't have the whole the energy from the combat disappear.
Very true. Very true.
So you're excited to start playing D&D again?
Man, I'm just happy to start playing again. It's been too long.
We had a lot of lockdowns.
We have. I'm happy to play a harpcaster too.
Yeah.
I normally play just melee characters, so
Well, the last campaign, the one that is spoken at the start,
yes,
your character was one of them at the very front, holding out the sword in the middle.
correct. Yeah.
What was that?
So he was a swashbuckler. He was a rogue. The pirate king himself. Always down for a good time. Always down to talk some shit. My boy Devlin. And Devlin. See, look, even you got me through it in a campaign. It's Delvin. Yeah. But no, he was a fun character. He was always down for a bit of a laugh, and you know.
Yeah. Well, I think this campaign is going to be very different in terms of the way everything will roll through, and especially very different tones, all that stuff.
Well, I think given as you saw in the title sequence, the way the last campaign ended, kind of makes sense. That's why I kind of went for a bit more of a serious demeanor in a character this time.
Yeah. And not just that, there's different ways. You in the last campaign, you actually just started the way that everyone else starts, with starting in a tavern. And this time you started in a town getting raided.
Yeah.
But yeah. What are you looking forward to in the next session?
I'm looking forward to not dying, and then just hopefully hitting this hammer a little bit harder than I have been, and actually putting some people down. It'd be good.
All right. Well, this has been Jordan from our Wednesday group. So if you'd like to catch more Dungeons & Dragons, you can definitely check us out on Twitch. We stream from Wednesday 8:30 till roughly about 11:30. Depends on what's the best time to end the session. And we also stream on Friday, where we end the session. It's the same times. And then also on Monday nights at 8:30 again, we do a podcast called the Technical Difficulties Podcast with myself and my other players and co-hosts, Jacob. And on Saturdays, we will be doing a live stream over at at twitch.tv, where the cast of ReadySetRoll will actually be playing some video games. And on YouTube, you'll find a plethora of other content, especially the recaps, the highlights of the games. That way it cuts it down into a shorter video. So if you would most certainly like to, just follow our YouTube and follow our Twitch. And we do have a Facebook page, and we're going to try and update that as much as we can. But if you want to see all that, hit the links down below.